Radiant team ban. Dire
Welcome,
team ban.
ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Dota 2 GESC Indonesia qualifiers, the NA version. Yesterday, some good games, even better games today. OpTic Gaming versus Animal Planet is our first best of 3, and I'm joined here by the most lovely of people, Capitalist.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
I think I got it all working. You know, I fixed my Discord earlier, so I didn't have to flop around with it. So I'm ready. I'm prepared.
When you told me 50 minutes beforehand that the audio was good, I was like, damn.
This guy's
This
ready.
this is serious Grant.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is a new version of Grant.
I know. I had the whole overlay. Shout out to my boy Yuli. I literally, I just have to get on Discord. He just gives me a run through on how to do everything, and there you go. I'm learning though. I can actually set up my own stream now.
Team ban.
That's good.
That's a good step forward.
That is.
It's
But
a good step forward.
how have you been, Cap? I noticed you haven't been playing as many pubs. I still see you playing, but you know you've been mostly just. You said you're watching some replays, studying up, or what?
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty much all today, tomorrow, and the
10
next day
seconds
for
remaining.
Genting and Starladder. So
Yeah, Genting. That's
just,
getting exciting.
there's too many games going on all at once.
Yeah.
For me to possibly keep up with all the Dota as it's happening, and I find replays to be a lot more efficient way to be able to learn about teams. You can like just fast forward through
It's nice.
like a lot of laning phase or like drafting stuff if you already feel like you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Or
That's nice.
once you feel like a game's kind of determined. Like I was just watching the Animal Planet versus Complexity game 2, and I was like, wow, Complexity really should win this. And then there was that Roshan fight, and you know, lineup like that, like losing one Roshan fight can kind of cost you the game, and that's exactly what happened. Is that they just had a bad Roshan fight.
What are you gonna attribute? Do you think we'll see not this series? I shouldn't say. You're not casting, so I'll ask you: are we gonna see Complexity pick Shadow Fiend 3 times in a row again? I know some people had doubts.
I think SF is a strong enough hero to warrant it. I didn't see anything wrong with it in game 2. Maybe there was something wrong with it in game 3. Maybe the pick was not good for them, but I don't think the pick lost them. They won them game 1 and it didn't lose them game 2, so it's entirely possible. I think SF is just a really strong core right now. I think it's one of the few cores that you can willingly pick up in the 1-2.
It feels like going the one hero I actually hate playing versus is Tusk. This Tusk we saw yesterday. I mean, you get one decent ice shards that blocks you into the hill, off your hill, like you just die.
Yeah.
Tusk owns.
I had Animal Planet. There's no question in my mind that they were gonna first pick Tusk every single time, because it really does seem like their favorite support. A little bit surprised that it's not going to be a Clockwork pickup on the other side of OpTic, but I do think Sand King matches up better against Tusk, so that's probably a bit of the reason why. And Sand King also still leaves you open. Because you can still run in the offlane. Sand King, the special thing about Tusk, right, is that you can burrow strike when he snowballs you, and you can hit the people as they come out of the snowball while simultaneously dodging the stun.
Damn, you have to be pretty good to do that. These guys are pro players, though. They should be able to do that.
Yeah, dude.
Is it possible maybe say also? No, never mind. Actually, that whole thing's out of it. Shadow Shaman, everyone knows, just a good support. One of the few heroes that can solo push a lane as support, which is always nice. Him, Winter Wyvern. And now, the hero I believe we're going to see every game if it's not first banned, Lycan. Now, what makes this hero, like, you almost never see cores first picked, even almost second picked a lot of times, but Lycan, he's that one hero. Everyone's just picking him now.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
I think Lycan is... I'm
5 seconds
trying to think if he's, like, the most OP core right now. Because I do think, like, Tiny is exceptionally strong. I'm not sure about Phantom Lancer, but he's a really annoying hero right now for sure. But I think Lycan is definitely the one who you can feel his presence in the game the most, because once he reaches that point, and it doesn't take very long, he just starts steamrolling through the game, and it's really hard to be able to keep him down, because even if you have stuns, like you still have the Necronomicon build, where with a Helmet Dominator, with his Necro books, with whatever he's got, like even just his wolves, like he runs down supports, he just takes them out of team fights. Like there's not a whole lot you can do about that.
Do you think you should take away Lycan being able to transform like he's transforming, he gets stunned, he still transforms. Do you think that's okay, or do you think they should take that away?
I think they should take that away.
Seems
I think
pretty crazy.
it's too hard to gank the hero. It seems like you have to be able to get a stun before he presses his R button, and then you have to chain stun him perfectly all the way through, just to prevent it from going off. I think that's like, I don't think you should lose the cooldown like the way Pangolier was when you first started.
Yeah.
Like it was channeling, so if you got stunned, you just lost your ultimate. But I do think you should have to like recast it again.
Well, and there we go. We see the Brewmaster come out, so we now know it's probably gonna be 33 Sankings. I brew it now. Well, they're probably like, wow, Clockwork made it all the way through. I mean, even if we already have our full roll, I guess we can put him in the off lane or do something crazy. He's a good hero.
Yeah, he's so good versus Shadow Shaman and Brewmaster. He doesn't exactly do a whole lot against Sand King, but it doesn't matter. Like, you've got the off lane versus off lane counter in a way, so. And you can still do 4 and 5 position. I don't think there's a whole lot of need nowadays for people to run a 5 position ranged hero. I think that's sort of like an old idea that isn't really prevalent as much anymore.
Any chance? I mean, yesterday, game 2 versus VGJ, OpTic actually, they were against, what, a Clockwork and a Batrider, and they still picked Tinker. Like, when do you not pick Tinker nowadays, especially for someone like CCNC?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like...
they won.
Yeah, I was watching that game, and I think I was streaming it at the time, too, and I was telling my stream, I was like, I think VGJ Storm has the much better lineup. Like, Lifestealer is very hard countered. The Tinker was the best answer they had to the Terrorblade, because there was some hero that was really important that got banned out. So the Tinker was their best option, and it had so many counters, but they just the only way that OpTic were really going to be able to easily win that game is by taking a really big lead early, and. Granted, their lineup was kind of supposed to do that. They just took it kind of to the extreme. They just stomped VGJ Storm in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's crazy. I thought it was going to be the opposite. Well, not the opposite, but I thought the VGJ OpTic series might have gone to 3, and I thought Complexity was going to run over Animal Planet, honestly, after watching their other games, and then turned out Animal Planet had something to say, and now they're 2 series away from qualifying to their first minor. They've only played in, what, 2 other qualifiers? It's not too bad. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Shadow
I mean,
Fiend
you would be well forgiven, like, being halfway through that series and thinking Complexity was just gonna run them over, right? Because it was like
a 23-minute
really game one. Yeah, it was just like they did a draw strat, owned it, and then game 2, like halfway through, they were up by like 6K, and then they went for that Roshan fight, and then that whole lead just disappeared.
Man, it's not like Animal Planet. I mean, I always think new teams are going to take like a month, 2, even 3 months to come online, but Animal Planet, I know they scrimmed before they announced, obviously, for like a month, but the fact that they took, because I think Complexity and EG, I honestly don't even want to say who's 1-2, I just think they're both like at the top, and the fact Animal Planet took them down, that's pretty crazy to me.
Yeah, I heard that Animal Planet was not doing so hot in their scrims leading into that month. So, but it does kind of seem like they found their groove. I do really like I most like Animal Planet when I'm watching them take a little bit of split push. So there was Ritsu playing Lone Druid, AUI playing the Chen, which I think Chen is definitely a hero that teams cannot leave out against Animal Planet. I think the hero is actually too strong right now. Watching AUI play it, and then I actually had 2 back-to-back games with Fluff and stuff.
Yeah.
He obviously is like one of the great Chens of NA.
Yeah.
And he just like automatically wins your off lane by sending the creeps back to base, and then he goes and wins a different lane with his jungle creeps. So it's pretty crazy how good that hero is.
Damn. Look at it. Kittrek gets his second, I've been doing some research, his second most played hero after Oracle, actually, on Ancient Apparition in the last pick. That's very rare, too. You see a 5 picked last. 4/5, I guess. A lot of teams are actually running AA as the farmer, not Tusk now, so. Or maybe just Complexity,
I think the problem is that, like, Tusk, he just dies too often. Right, so every bit of gold, and say you get the 40 experience talent, say you're getting tomes, like you're just kind of feeding that back into the enemy, because naturally that's what the hero does. It goes in and dies for you.
Yeah.
And I think Ancient Apparition makes a little bit better use of the gold that he is able to get, and he dies less for it.
Yep, that makes sense.
A Morana?
A Marana middle. And why would... I mean... I guess versus a Tusk Clockwork, maybe you just want someone middle lane who's not going to die quap banned out. I don't know. Puck was still in the pool. No, Puck was banned. I don't know. Maybe they just actually just don't want CC and C to die. Because it doesn't feel like he's going to farm much this game, even if he does survive.
Against a Clock SF combination where SF is hitting for 20 extra damage more than he normally should. And Marana already has, like, not the greatest base damage to start out the game.
That's bad.
There's no way you're getting farmed, but at least you're not threatened by the Tusk. Like,
Are we going to
say that much?
Any chance about maybe the Tusk doesn't go mid because Shadow Fiend has souls and we see an aggro tri-lane from Animal Planet? Whenever I see AA, I just think, always tri-lane chance.
Yeah, especially since they do have a pretty aggressive offlaner. He doesn't need a whole lot. Part of the problem, though, is I think it was the Animal Planet versus Complexity Game 1. They actually had a tri-lane versus tri-lane situation with the Clockwork in it, and part of the problem is Clockwork really needs his level 2 because he's gonna get cogs, right, for Bryle, and so then if you're going try versus try with only cogs, it's not a good look. So I think you do kind of need the experience. So more likely Tusk just blocks with the ice shards to start. And then maybe they move into a tri-lane situation after Moon gets his level 2, level 3. I think level 3 is also really important because it's like a 200% damage increase from level 1 Battery Assault to level 2.
That you always feel like you're a Clockwork. You have boots first at level 1. Even if you find a support, you're like, man, this is an easy kill. Battery Assault's gonna own. Then it's like 4 damage a hit. You're like, oh, this is kind of garbage. And we do see a pre-game pause, actually. Not even in the game. They paused it after the picks. Peter already flaming. Of course, there's Animal Planet who paused.
Dude, if I'm Animal Planet, I'm
pausing
doing
every time you can.
I'm pausing as much as I can. Like, oh shit, sorry Peter, I forgot to go to the bathroom before we started the game.
Yeah.
Like anything I can because there's definitely some pre-game salt that was happening in the beginning of this.
And they missed one of the souls. They always get 3, and I don't know who messed up. I think it was actually Bryle. He's trying to attack the same time as Ketra, and it messed up.
You can actually get 4 if you have, if you're perfect, but it also requires you to have a hero that has a better animation.
Yeah, I think they could probably do a Jug, honestly. I think you have to have a melee hero, but no one's gonna sit there.
Yeah,
no. Should be so Animal Planet. I don't think anyone doubts their skill level. I think it's crazy that Ritsu and Bryle got on your team because I think if you watch I mean maybe only me and you watch replays out of all the viewers, but watching replays of player perspectives and stuff, those two just. The biggest thing for me is a core. You have to be doing something at all times, right? Like, you can't just be wandering around like a 4 support. And the fact, I think Arteezy used to do it the best, just from jungle to lane, TP somewhere, never downtime, and neither of them do that. And I think it's super insane. I think they're also both really greedy, which could hurt him in the long run, but...
Yeah, I think probably being on this team will help out. I think it's already helped out Bryle quite a bit in watching, because in the Complexity series he had to play more aggressive space creating type heroes with Ritsu. And I was impressed by his rotations. Like, I thought he was being less greedy than what I've always seen in his pubs. So probably being on a team with an experienced person. I know Kitrak's pretty smart. And I'm sure AUI has the kind of the voice of reason, having core experience himself as well, is kind of able to make those reads.
And Ketrak, he has plenty of, I mean, it's not like he just came out of nowhere, he's always played high skill, and I believe he coached VGJ for a little bit before all this. So,
yeah,
plenty of experience.
Yeah, I did.
I remember he's still in my favorite Dota 2 games ever, and there you see middle, uses 1 leap, and that's why they got this hero. But my favorite series is still the TI6 Open Qualifiers finals of EG versus the EG Bulba team with Ritsu and Ketrak. So I don't know. That's when I first learned, oh, this guy's actually pretty good.
I did some sort of weird pull.
Yeah, and then he got
just going behind the tower. Yeah, he lost his range creep. Which kind of sucks for him, but at the same time, this is a lane that really shouldn't threaten you at all. Ancient Apparition Lycan, no stuns, they're just good damage overall, but if anything, it should be the Sand King Brewmaster that may walk away with a kill.
33 plays too aggressive. Still could be. Why is Sand King first pick? I know like a lot of 4 positions do get banned out, but I feel like Sand King fell off for like a full month almost. And now I've been seeing him in Europe and NA again, like out of nowhere. People
I
just
think
realize
it's a little
he's
bit
still
about.
good, or-
I think it's in part because of the scaling, and also in part it's just like these sort of heroes cycle, right? It's just like hero goes out of favor, and he always eventually comes back, just because people start forgetting about him. But I do really like any 4 position that is able to push shove out waves for you, and get his own kind of farm is very helpful to create space for killing cores. Ritsu's getting dangerously low with this top lane.
But I still
This is
think
definitely the lane where there's going to be battle going on.
yeah, bottom lane we just keep seeing. Moonmander actually trapped Peter, and we saw the power of the level 1 battery.
Oh shit, CCC going for it!
Wait, what? All
Oh.
right. Yo, come on, Kev. You gotta cue me in there.
Yo, I'm sorry, I got the last end of that. I saw like, I hear some sort of arrow, I click over to mid, and CCNC uses leap into the tower.
I was about to talk about how CCNC was actually out farming him too. He had like 8 CS when the Shadow Fiend only had 4, and I'm like, wait, what's going on here? And now he loses his souls. Now he has 1 leap up in a second, but he's almost out of regen. Is he bringing a flask or a bot? Ooh, just a full Aquila, which is nice, but if he somehow finds that regen, he won't. Owie will scout it out first. That's huge, though. Yeah, I thought Brow was going to have a pretty big, especially because it's a 2-on-1 lane middle. Tusk has been middle the whole time, but CCNC is still managing 11 CS after 4 waves.
Yeah, even after that, it's CCNC is sitting at 77 damage compared to Bryle's 85. Okay, now he got his Ring of Aquila, so it's almost 100 damage. It's actually 99 damage.
And he just Bryle just tried to 1v1 him uphill and missed twice. Damn. I would say, I mean, you talk about, everyone always talks about, oh, who's the next up-and-coming mid players? I mean, you probably have the 2 biggest ones in this game together.
Yeah,
I would still
definitely.
consider CCNC up-and-coming, right? He hasn't technically gone to a minor or major yet. Been to a couple land. Well, yeah.
And I think it's also very important. Like, there are so many mids who have experienced that honeymoon period where they looked really good against other experience. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
All right.
I saw that one. Don't worry, baby.
He had leap, didn't
Yeah, he had leap. He had leap, and I thought he was turning around. He didn't realize maybe that he had double. Maybe just I don't know. Honestly, that just seemed a little bit weird. But now bottom, man, that caustic damage, and now Ritsu taking a lot, but so's 33. Just gonna see Kid Track harassing. Both teams are getting plenty of levels on like all their heroes. So the lowest level in the game is 3. And now Lycan in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have a clap. He has a mango. He does have the clap now. Needs about 3 more auto attacks, but. Wait, he's going back in. Ritsu is nuts. Is he just going to die because of that? Probably not. Snowball in. Kitrek's still right claim. They're going to try to bring down Zai. Caustic doesn't kill Ritsu. Nice double stun from 33. I think everyone's just going to get out here. Maybe not. Owie's looking. He has a mango, but shards are in 7. Oh, he might just hit him. Nope. Move speed. He's going to mango. He's doing it, right? Is he suiciding for it?
Oh no!
He had to... Oh, no. Not only is that a waste of a TP top now, it's a waste of the mango, which is reasonably good.
Oh, they got him!
Alright. This guy's good. Alright. Still a waste of mango, but then he died. He was so
the
focused.
best part is, yeah, he gets it in the middle of dying. Like, that's great.
Alright. I'm stepping my game up. I'm cracking open a monster. I'm not missing another kill. CCNC just solo killed Bryle again. And I don't even think Arrow, because Arrow's 17 second. I'm pretty sure he just killed him without Arrow. Now Zai though, top lane. I'm back. All right, I'm back. Gets a kill. And this is a slugfest. It is 3-3, 5 minutes in, a 1K lead for the Radiant. Look at 33 just right-clicking Kit Track. But still, 2 solo kills on CCNC onto Brow. And he's going for it again. Here we go. Arrows here. He doesn't have mana though, and that's gonna mean they are not gonna find a kill. Peter needs to be careful. 2 more right clicks and a raise. He's dead, but couldn't get that second right click off. I feel like Brow's kind of playing a little sloppy, because I think he could have got that if he attack canceled and get blocked by his creeps.
Yeah, I think so too. Brow definitely not having the best start in this game, though he should have had easily the best start of all the lanes.
Pycat, we haven't even talked about bottom. Obviously, Moonmander died that one time, but Pycat almost level 6 already. That's solo kill potential on Moonmander pretty easily. And I mean, he's 34 and 10. He's clearly doing the best job here farming. Ritsu's been punished quite a bit, but like you said, all he really needs is that Helm of the Dominator. Then you just go to the jungle, farm a lane, farm the jungle, and you'll catch back up after a few towers.
more and more offlaners are exploiting the bottle from the secret shop. Just especially because of the fact that you can bully out supports for runes as well and maintain this constant presence, especially in 1v2 scenarios or 2v2 scenarios like this one at top. It just means you never have to go back. You're always in the face of the carry, and he's always losing out on CS as a result. So I think offlaners are really adapting to pressuring the lane as much as possible, and bottle just gives you that extra bit of value.
Oh, they know Radiant has a ward here middle. They just pinged it. I was like, all right, maybe not. Oh my goodness. Well, they knew they had a ward, but they are gonna miss it. That is rough. That's a nice ward. Placed that Peter, I assume, when he ran through middle. Yeah. That hurt. So you waste a sentry there, and they probably saw you place your observer ward as well if they really do want to counter it. And the biggest thing, Ritsu's gonna hit level 5 here, but Pycat bottom. Getting closer to 7, has Omni. Moon can't even go for CS. He just has to sit in the trees now and just hope to get some experience.
It's really important for Animal Planet for Moon Meander to get his level 6 now and make the rotation up to top lane, because if he doesn't make that rotation ahead of the Brewmaster, then the Brewmaster is going to hit his level 6 and easily kill top lane. So this timing here is like really critical for Moon to get experience. But unfortunately, he's just being completely deprived by OpTic.
And 33 is already level 5. That is, I mean, really, none of these. Everyone's getting plenty of levels. You see the Dire falling a little bit behind in gold and experience. 3,000 now. And usually when you're the Lycan team, you want to be maybe thinking about taking your first tower and you get your Helm with a Dominator around 8 minutes, but Ritsu's still struggling with that.
And it's a hard balance to maintain if you're like Kitrak, because how much do you want to actually take the experience away from your Lycan? Because him hitting 6 against the Brewmaster 6 is really important.
Good try, top. We saw 33 body blocking Kitrak, but couldn't do it under the tower. Like you said, look at Moon. He's like, oh my goodness, I just need one creep, even if it's denied, please. And he gets it finally. We'll see if he rotates.
He's got it, and he's got full mana.
And a TP.
Like, he can't really go for mid, right? Because it's a bottom at the end of the day.
I mean, I guess if you push him back with the triple, I mean, that's an F. Always a big F. I think, like you said, top's the best. Look at this, though. Triple stack, at least for Bryle. We've seen Owie been making. And now top lane, they're going in. They're going to get the ulti pop by the Panda. Hook shots now here, but he gets thrown in the air before he can cogs do anything. He's already frozen, though. 33 should go down, but are they going to get a return kill on Lycan? That's completely worth it. If somebody can get out, Pycat's here, spinning in. Gets the kill, and look at this, they get another stun from the Earth Panda. They're just gonna right-click Moon Meander. I believe he does have ult, but the creeps are here. He's just gonna use it anyways, gets 2 hits on him. And that's a 3-for-1 trade. And they're gonna be able to pressure his tower. Middle lane, CCNC didn't even have to move. Bottom lane, solo it just feels like OpTic's making all the correct moves right now.
Hey, there's a small chance that he could get run down, but that's why I was saying, right? Like, the Clockwork needs to be able to get his level 6 and get to that top lane, because if you see him reacting to the Brewmaster, then you saw Brewmaster, like, the moment he was holding on to his ultimate for so long, and then he sees the Clockwork and he's like, okay, I'll pop it now, because you know, he just didn't have to, there was no pressure for him to use it before that point. So like, if you have the Clockwork there, like, say he TP's up into the hidden area in the trees or something, and he's able to get the hook shot in on the Brewmaster and keep the battery assault in, I mean, that fight can look very different.
I just love that the fact that they gank him and leave Peter down bottom. He doesn't have to be involved that. He gets an early level 6 now with the wards, and if you get a kill on Bryle, but Kitrak, nice job scouting out the smoke. Still gonna be a little tougher. Top line does go down. That's a 5k lead at 10 minutes. You already look at the graph. That's just a perfect steady incline for the Radiant. Ritsu has his home with a Dominator now. Just pushing out bottom. Does need to be a little bit careful here, but I assume Radiant thinks someone's down here with them, but they just place the wards middle. They're gonna go for it. We're gonna raises. Oh! Kitrak just runs into it. And they have a siege unit plus the wards. Should still be a tower. We'll see if they can try to clear these out, though. It's going to be quite the fight. Will Bryle at least go for the deny? Can't get it. Hookshot comes in, hits on 2 of them. He's going to push them both back. CCNC is going to run forward. He gets cogsed again. Owie comes in, and perfect cogs by Moon Meander. The double push, the leap into the push, and they still lose the tower, but that's definitely a 1 fight there.
Yeah, that was super sick. They clean up ward gold as well. Like, I would definitely prefer to be on Animal Planet side of that engagement. He got space for Ritsu a little bit off of that as well.
That was actually a ton. That was like 1.5k already gold shift. 1.3k experience. That's big.
Oh, good choice by Sai here. He is going to go for the Force Staff over the early Blink Dagger.
Just for his
Clockwork. Yeah. It gets nice because you have a 4 position that can turn into an initiator for you as well out of your Sand King. So in this situation, Zai can just play it really forward, and then when he feels pressured, Force Staff away and get the ultimate off if Clockwork challenges him.
I don't like, not just that, it's just the mana, right? The little bit extra Staff of Wizardry actually gives you is quite a bit for a panda. When you're a panda and you just have like brown boots blink, that actually is like one of the worst feelings in the world.
Moonmeander with another well-timed cogs. Pycat was actually mid-animation of Omni Slash on him.
Just push them back. Oh, 33 could be in a little trouble. Do we have any dust or anything? We do not. Moonmeander didn't have cogs because he previously used them when you said, and just runs away. CC&C. Just solo kills Kitrak again. And he's nervous for a hook shot coming in. He's just gonna run away. Looks like he will be able to escape with his ulti. Oh, 33. Looking to do something. Oh, and they know. It's a Shadow Fiend illusion. They know the real one's actually middle. Looks like, yep, they get the real one. They're going to stun him. Hook shot here from Moonmeander. Does he have enough for cogs? He does not. A split's going to happen from Zaya. Throw up in the air. They should be able to just bring down Bryle here. His ulti will pop at the end. Moonmeander going to try to TP out. Can he make it? Nope. Another boulder flies, and Pycat, he's just going to ulti him. And he kills Crave. Oh, are they going to look for Kitrak? Do they have another throw up or stun? Doesn't look like it. Bottom lane getting pushed in by Ritsu at the same time, but top lane, Peter's pushing. I don't know. It just feels like Radiant's making the better moves with the heroes they have.
OpTic is playing so well with a Shadow Shaman. Like, they're able to take so many fights without him.
Yep. And play a top.
And it just all comes down to the fact that this top lane goes so well, right? Like the top lane goes this well, then their off lane is easily challenging Clockwork for his impact in team fights, despite Moonmeander playing it pretty well too. It's not like Moon's doing a poor job or anything. It's just that Zai and 33 just got too much out of that lane. And now Moonmeander, the impetus is like all on him to create the space for SF and Lycan to come online, but they're not ready yet. Like, they still need another good 5, maybe 7 minutes.
Dude, they have Rocket Flare, they have Shadow Fiend Razor, so it's not like it'll be easy pickings for OpTic Gaming to go uphill when they want to. But then you have a Lycan defending uphill.
Difficult. It's the right combination, right? A team fight and split push, where Lycan's going to be split pushing aside, and then they've got the SF and Clockwork and such defense.
Uh-oh, they're going to drums Moonmeander in. He gets arrowed though by CC&C. Zai will get the clap off Moon. Pretty tanky, but here comes the A. Is going to be on his team. Hits CC&C and Pycat hookshot. Will hit 33. He goes down though. Now Bryle, he's out in the middle of nowhere by himself. Ritsu's here now though. We're going to see Peter. He's just going to get run down by just creeps. Not even a book. He'll get the kill now. He needs to be careful though not to be too out of position when that wolf form wears off. Oh, 1-for-1 trade, but it's not over yet. They're running 33, pushing on ahead. The Force Staff, get Kitrak. Raindrop actually tanks all the damage, and they'll get out. 5K
I like
lead.
that Peter, in that situation, he just keeps running at the SF. Because he's threatening Shackles at the same time, so SF just wasn't able to get off like a good ultimate.
Yep. Got hexed when he was about to as well, like you said.
Yeah.
So when it, like, if you're Dire, you know you're down right now, probably. You don't know maybe by how much, but, I mean, what's your plan? Do you just try to get wards up and split push, farm your jungle? It seems like OpTic would know you're doing that, though.
I mean, they really got to work for this BKB. I think it's the right kind of choice for Bile, because once he does get that BKB, then they can play a 4-man, just kind of play 4-man smoke rotations into OpTic while they buy some more space for Ritsu. But I think for now, it's just like mostly they just have to play together, because the pick-off power, there's too much like solo kill power on OpTic from so many of their cores.
Or just even 1+1, right? You get one shackle with anyone else, someone's gonna die. Now they're looking for Ritsu. And they do have the smoke speed, but they might have gone the wrong way. No, they're gonna get it. He's gonna force them there. Peter's gonna get that. Gonna get the oh, he's gonna ward this. Moonmeander might be in trouble now too. Pycat will get it with the ulti. Zai actually gets a kill. Split's gonna happen. The battery assault still hitting him, and he gets socked up into the air. And man, Moonmeander, like you said, he's doing good, but CC&C on the backlines will kill him. Owie's gonna try to TP. Knows arrow was used, no mana.
is under
a
attack.
2-for-1, but you lose Ritsu, kill Peter, or Zai, pardon me. You look at the gold, only 100 more for OpTic, but still, Ritsu needs to get that book 3 up and actually be like a nuisance to towers.
You can't help but feeling like this is some of the experience of captaining from Peter. They're alternating, right? Like first it was Peter himself who was getting all the free space, and like Sand King was going out and making these kill teams with Brewmaster and such. And then now they've switched up where the Shadow Shaman has enough, right? He got his level 6, he even got a couple of stat items and such. But now it's the Sand King. It's his turn to be able to get his important item. He's the hero that's being left out of these team fights, but they're still winning them. So he almost has Blink Dagger as a result at 17 minutes when he was playing like pretty selfless in all of his rotations for the first 10 minutes of the game.
Pycat getting close to that level 15. Ryle, about it, 14. Gonna have a BKB soon. We'll see. Pycat now with the Yasha. He's just getting farmed. This is what Pycat's favorite hero too as well. I believe he said, and he'll just keep farming. They're gonna try to smoke up, maybe bait Ritsu here. They have Moon Meander, they have AA ulti. That's definitely enough for 1 kill. Is it enough on Pycat though? Well, we're gonna find out. Doesn't look like it, because they go the wrong way. Now they're gonna wrap back around 33. Oh! They definitely had vision of him right there, but they got nervous, because they knew Pycat was there as well.
Too many of these heroes are hard to kill, or Tusk and Clockwork.
When they get farm, it's not like Jug's that bad. He spins, tries to run away, you just run him down with like book 3 and all that, but when you're under farmed and you're like chasing someone into a tier 1, definitely not what you want to do. Bottom A, Blast get a hit. 1.
Like Clockwork himself, he can't go for Mirana, he can't go for Juggernaut. Like, he used to be able to go for the Brewmaster, and that's where a lot of his focus was. But again, the lane goes so well that they get Force Staff, and now he's even got Blink. Can't go for Sand King, so he's got pretty much 2 targets. It's unfortunate. Maybe looking back at the drafting phase, maybe Clockwork wasn't the hero, but it did seem strong at the time because of the Brewmaster matchup.
Yep, it's all about it now. No more 1v1 lanes anywhere. That's the biggest thing that's evolved over Dota. Not even just new heroes, new items, just the way laning phases work. They're ever evolving. That's the biggest thing. You never know. Could be a trailing, could be a dual lane. Someone could just be in the jungle for all you know. What a great game, Cap, that we cast.
Yeah, the Dragonite side lane all the time.
Everything
Even just a year ago, that would have been kind of unheard of.
That'd be sick. What if they made, like, if they agreed with Pokemon and made, like, a Dragonite skin for Dragonite? That'd be pretty dang. Just like a floating dragon. What the hell is this? Well, middle lane, we're about to have a big fight. Zai just gonna blink forward to clean out the creeps. And here we go, nice double stun by 33, arrow on the back on Brawl. He has BKB, he can't get off the snowball though to save him. But now they leave Ritsu in trouble. Luckily he can just run away. Pycat is gonna have to spin. Owie's there with CC and C, and it looks like Owie might be the only death here. Moonmander hooks in, he hits Owie. The urn actually uphill, it's still healing him enough. Will it be? Yes. That one uphill miss saves Owie, and somehow everyone lives, and Peter's bottom. Just chilling. They're going back in. Oh, Raze comes, hits 33. He's BKB'd now. Didn't use it earlier because that snowball by Owie. And this is the problem now. Shadow V, your BKB's wearing off. What can you do? Bottom. Peter pushes, and you almost think that's another win for OpTic. They get a tier 1. They're still willing to push. BKB down.
Get an early BKB like this, you expect winning team fights, but a little bit problematic that like the Omni Slash just stuck on the Lycan the whole entire time. Like he summons his Necro Books, he runs past a creep wave, and Juggernaut Omni Slash just stayed on them the whole way. So then Ritsu is so low that he can't actually have an impact, and it's only his Necro Books. And he didn't even have Necro Book 3, which is quite important, right? Significant upgrade in damage, but also the Purge effect from the ranged one really messes with supports.
And even Mirana too. That Purge can just slow her down so much. Well, they're gonna go for Roshan. Peter, I wonder, I was like, why isn't Peter just warding that bottom tower? But looks like he knew what he was talking about. Brings them into Roshan instead. And they do have Rocket. That's one good thing about Clockwork. Always have vision on Roshan. They're drumming in right now. Zai, though, goes in. A nice double stun from 33. They're going to throw him up into the air, get a stun on the Shadow Beam. He's going to try to run. He does have the drum build. He is pretty fast. Ritsu on the backside. He's chasing down Peter. And now he's going to get the hold. Will creeps be enough to kill him? They will. Snowball in. Here comes an AA blast. It looks like it will hit onto CC&C. It does, but Pycat spins forward, gets the kill, and now Kitrag's dying. They're going to try to get 33. They do. Punch plus raises. Ritsu gets purged. Oh, he's just slowed down by the Brewmaster. They're going to try to kill him. Can they bring him down? Bryle's trying to run the ulties there. Aui's going to try to tank it with him. Ritsu is going to go down to Zai. It looks like CC&C instead. And now he's going to go for Aoi. He's just going, tries to block out, doesn't get it. One auto attack with a crit. There it is. The triple raise isn't enough, and he gets invis.
Really fast reaction there from Zai, getting his ally out with the Force Staff, and all around pretty well played by AUI, like almost netting them a kill on Pycat and saving SF's life as a result. But it's just what happens when a team does well enough in the laning phase and they start snowballing a bit. You get more and more desperate. You say to yourself, we can't give them certain win conditions, and one of those being Roshan. They're like, guys, we have to contest this, but the OpTic's just a little bit too far ahead, and they played it really well, where Zai goes out, contest on one side, and Peter actively pushes himself in a situation where he's in front of the Clockwork Host shot just to make sure there's no interruption on Roche.
I'll say, I think both teams are actually playing. This seems like one of those days, not one team's really playing bad, just feels like the picks and laning from OG give them the advantage. Because it feels like both teams are actually playing pretty well. Moving around together. This isn't a case of someone just having an off day.
Yeah, I was kind of over with that.
Bottom. Moonman is going to get found out now. Of course, has tons of armor. The double bracer strength treads won't be enough. Pycat has a double damage. Well, Zai gets solo kill top. Didn't even have to split. Now here comes Ritsu, though. Oh, and he has the stunner creep. This should be enough to get a kill. Oh, well, there you go. He's going to ulti. Will they be able to bring down the Fire Panda and all that? They need to kill the Invis one. And now they just have to chase down the Earth Panda. It's all about timing now. Or they just kill it. But they're losing a lot bottom for this. They're going to lose a full tower, it looks like. And they might not even get the kill. Oh, my goodness.
AUI. He mistimed it a little bit. It was the only spell that they really had.
Oh, but he might find him. He does.
Nice.
But still,
God, they gotta hurry up.
Dude, they're losing their base right now. Peter just lays down the
wards.
Serpent wards. He does. Oh my goodness. And look at the well played. And now they get a stun on the Kitrag. He's dead again. We might honest. I'm not one to call it, but we might be seeing a quick good game here. They finally get Zai though. But they also lose a full set
here.
He will get out. There goes the Raxes. We haven't even talked about CC&C's farm. At least I haven't. I can't even click on him right now. Go up the top. Manta, Hurricane, like he's farmed. He didn't even go the heavy damage build.
No.
Is that? I haven't really seen many. I haven't even seen CC&C play Podem in pubs. Is this pretty common? Hurricane Pike?
I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any Maranas, and I certainly haven't seen Hurricane Pike. But this build, I'm sure in ways this build, like you don't need to build damage purely because of your team composition. Just focus on the survivability aspect of your hero. I mean, that's why they picked it up in the beginning, right? It's just like a hero that can't really be gone on by 4 position. So.
Oh man, and a full 4 staff coming out for 33 pretty much now. Juggernaut is gonna. He has it already. The butterflies on the chicken. I mean, Pycat's just so farmed right now. See a lot of drawings on the map. Ritsu going for an assault Kiris straight up after.
You know, one thing is that Animal Planet, I'm sure if they get Lycan again, they will definitely be banning Brewmaster in the 3-4 because this Clockwork did not prove to be enough of a counter. It felt like they kind of left it out there, right? Because Brewmaster is a really good counter to Lycan, being able to just throw him up in the air for
and you know Zai will
pretty much the full duration of the Wolf.
It's crazy too, because I'm pretty sure OpTic plays Brewmaster than any other team they play against, so they had to know it was coming. I mean, Zai plays that hero so much. Well, here we are. Top lane. We're going to see a split bottom like we were expecting to see earlier. Bryle's going to TP out. Now they're going to have to defend this. But Zai, almost finds him. They just lay down the wards. Zai still keeps his ulti up. Pycat gets a level 20, that 10 hour. Stun comes in from Shadow Fiend. There we go. They're going to ult him. Kitrag's going to eat it. But they're still going in, and he doesn't get the snowball. He BKB's out to run away. Ritsu's in. But now Ritsu's in about a 1v5 position here. And he's just dead. And the good game already gets called. And I guess I shouldn't say who would have guessed. If the game was over 25 minutes, you'd guess Dire. It's just extremely good play from OpTic, and you have the Rost awards. That was convincing. That was about as convincing as the Complexity versus Animal Planet Game 1 themselves yesterday.
Yeah, maybe Animal Planet. I mean, they've already shown that they can come back from a rough Game 1 and recover and kind of figure some things out. Like, I was watching that game 2 of the series, right? And I felt like they did make significant adjustments. Against Complexity, it felt like that they were playing a little bit more on the side lanes, and they were playing more team fights on Complexity's side of the map. Now, they were still losing those team fights in that game too, but it was at least prevented more like heavier loss because of the fact that they weren't losing as many objectives early. So hopefully Animal Planet can make the same read. I'm not sure what that is though. I think more of it may be draft oriented than specifically play.
And they were losing the laning phase, and it didn't feel like they swapped it at all, right? It felt like we just saw Aoi pretty much sit middle the whole time with Bryle, and then they left that 2v2 lane top, and Ritsu didn't farm at all. I don't know if they is there any chance they could have switched up the lanes, or with their hero composition, they just had to stick with what they had? Was there any, like, could Aoi have made... I mean, Aoi couldn't kill bottom, so that... I mean, that lane just... That was a wash already for OpTic. But top lane, was there any chance if Aoi roamed up there, they get kills? Or were they just in a... It felt like they were in a pickle. Those are pretty unkillable here. Sand King goes invis unless you have Dust, and then... I mean, Panda's just tanky as hell.
Yeah, it takes a lot to be able to bring down the Panda when most of your damage is coming out from right clicks, right? Because it's like Ancient Apparition gives everyone this extra damage, and Lycan gives you Howl as well. And you don't have any big nukes. You just are mostly just kind of like slowing down a hero and right-clicking him a bunch. So Brewmaster is going to be particularly effective. Like, maybe AUI could have roamed up a little bit more. Like, but that also comes down to the fact, like, Bryle should have been, like, he should have been able to do better mid, right? He didn't really need the Tusk mid to start unless they were afraid of the supports. But once the supports kind of show that Sand King's in the side lane and Peter's going to be focused on keeping Moon Meander out, then they should have felt pretty comfortable with Bryle being able to deal with the 1v1. And he just did. And he kind of rapidly falls behind. I guess like that is the clearest player performance that seemed pretty poor for this game 1 where they could step it out. But otherwise, I think, like, drafting-wise, they need to be able to change a couple things, right? Like, the Clockwork was not a clear answer to the Brewmaster. So, Brew can't really leave that hero out, especially if I already picked a Lycan. I'm not fully convinced about Ancient Apparition, but that's also just my flavor. I know it's not just Animal Planet and Kitrak. Like, OpTic play it a shit ton, too. So, maybe... that's just more of me than anything.
Yeah, makes sense to me. It just felt like OpTic came in with... It looked like both teams maybe had a plan, but OpTic just worked out far better. I mean, when you win all 3 lanes, especially a Mirana versus a dual lane with Shadow Fiend getting cogs, like, that's a lane you shouldn't lose, but maybe OpTic's just on today, right? That's all they need. Just got to be on right now.
Yeah.
Winner goes to Grand Finals tomorrow. Grand Finals are best of 5, and that's when we could see, I mean, we could still see anyone, right? OpTic versus Animal Planet again, OpTic versus VGJ, or OpTic versus Complexity, which I'm sure a lot of people want to see that one. But I guess we will take a short break before we get back into the game. Looks like everyone's already in the lobby except one person, so I guess I gotta... Okay, this is the hardest part for me, Cap. Like, I'm so bad with OBS. I think I just gotta click my game capture off, and then, oh, I'm the king. All right, I'm back. All right, well, see you guys soon, or something.